Hello everyone, this is Maria Velve, makeup artist and green beauty expert. Welcome to my channel and to another Tip Tuesday video. Today I'm going to talk about how to wear SPF with makeup because that is a challenge for a lot of women. It's to find a nice SPF cream or makeup that can actually work really well and be protected from the sun. So I'm going to talk about 3 different points. I'm going to give you, number 1, the options of SPF. What are the options for SPF to put on your face? Number 2, we're going to talk about how much to use. And number 3, I'm going to talk to you about the order of this SPF and how it should be applied. All right. So number 1, I'm going to give you the options. What are your options for SPF? And I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite products that I also carry in my shop. Number 1, coming from the West Coast, is the Helena Lane Sun Cream. Number 2 is the Cocoon Reflector SPF 30 coming from Kitchener, Ontario. And number 3 is the Graydon Elements. This product is currently being reformulated, so I don't have it in my shop. I'm excited though to see what it's going to look like when it comes back out, hopefully in the summer. So your options for SPF, of course, number 1 is to get a nice face cream that's going to give you moisture, it's going to give you antioxidants, it's going to give you all that good stuff, plus the SPF protection. So this is ideal for anyone who doesn't wear foundation. This is going to be your one product that you're going to put on. So the Helena Lane Sun Cream is a thicker type of moisturizer. As with all of Helena Lane's products, this product is waterless, but it blends into the skin like a dream. It melts away. Again, minimal ingredients. We have an 81% organic product. It has shea butter, jojoba oil that's infused with calendula and chamomile flowers. It has avocado oil, beeswax, and of course the zinc oxide, making this product about an SPF 28, okay? Now, with a lot of the smaller Canadian brands that do the mineral SPF, these are not yet approved by Health Canada, but that is the equivalent of SPF that it gives you, okay? It's 28. The next one is the Cocoon Sun Reflector. I really love this product because of the convenience in packaging. You don't need to dip your hands into the jar. It comes with a little pump and you just squirt it out. Really great for travel as well. As you know, some of the products that are oil-based can actually melt if you take them to a really hot place. So always keep that in mind. Same with the Elements. It's about an SPF 28. And, as I said, this product will be reformulated. But if you're looking for something that goes on a little bit more matte and not as dewy as the other 2, the Graydon Sun Cream or the Graydon Elements is a fantastic choice. So these are your face creams. Now, I'm going to mix my steps a little bit because I want to tell you at what point the sun cream would be used. The sun cream goes on your face and it stays there. And that should be the last step of your skincare routine. Now, if you start putting other makeup on top of your SPF cream, you are diluting the SPF and the efficacy of the product. The SPF rating is given to products when they are the last thing to be applied to the skin. So if you change that around, you're not going to be getting that SPF. Now, number 2, for those of us who want to wear a little bit of makeup, the second option for product would be to use a tinted moisturizer, okay? There's a lot of tinted moisturizers in the market. I love the one by Pure Anada. This product is not advertised as an SPF product, but it does contain the zinc oxide and the titanium dioxide. For a lot of the smaller brands, it's quite expensive to get the SPF rating from Health Canada for all the shades of foundation and all the different products that you make. So if a few of them I've come across, do not have an SPF rating on the package because they're not allowed to. All right, but always opt for a mineral-based product. If you are going for a mineral-based foundation or a mineral-based product, it's going to give you additional protection. Now, remember that you're going to be applying this on top of your face cream. So in order not to dilute the SPF, or I guess to keep it consistent, of course, it makes sense to go in with a tinted product that also contains SPF. My other choice for product, which are quite gorgeous are these tinted moisturizing creams. These are from Helena and they come in 2 different shades. We have the Glow One, that gives you a bit of, it gives you a little bit of color, some nice coverage. It contains mica, really nice dewy glow. And then we have the Bronze 2. If you're wondering, I would be the Bronze 2. I do want to apply a little bit of this tinted moisturizer and be able to see it. Now, these products as well, they contain the zinc oxide. And again, they're not certified by Health Canada, but they do contain the mineral sunscreen. So of course, they're going to give you a little bit of a tint, and they're going to give you some, coverage, and they're also going to give you the SPF. The third product option for those of you who want to wear makeup would be to use a mineral powder. Again, this here comes from Pure Anada, from Morin, Manitoba. I love this product. This is the shade Light. It's the one that I use. And if I want to get a little bit of extra coverage, I use it with my tinted moisturizer. Now, if you are using the sun cream with SPF as your first step, and you want to just mattify things a little bit, you don't want full coverage, you don't want to have, foundation on, you can actually use an SPF powder such as this. You can use it with a fluffy brush that will give you a little bit of coverage and a little bit of mattifying action. And if you want to get a fuller coverage with something like this, you would go in with a flat top kabuki brush and actually give yourself a fuller application, a fuller coverage, which is what I love about this product. It can be adjusted to, how you want it to work. Option 1 would be just a face cream. For those of you minimalists out there, the face cream would be the last step in your skincare. After that, you can grab a tinted moisturizer. It gives you some really nice ingredients for moisturization for your skin. Gives you a little bit of glow, a little bit of coverage, okay? But it also gives you the SPF. Again, I would probably say that this product is close to 28 to 30 SPF. And then the last option for product would be to use a mineral powder that contains also the zinc oxide and the titanium dioxide, and go on top of your face cream or your tinted moisturizer with something like this. Now, how much of these products should you be using? Now, I've looked at a few different websites and done a little bit of research, and the amounts tend to vary. I know for your face and body, it should be about 2 tablespoons. Some of the websites say that 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 a teaspoon for your face should be ideal. However, does this make sense for all of us? We are all different shapes and sizes, so 1/4 of a teaspoon might not be enough for someone who has a wider face, slightly larger face, and the 2 tablespoons also might not be enough for everybody's body type. So I think the best way to do this would be to just apply enough on so you can see it. What I always love to say is don't take shortcuts with your product, especially when it's your SPF product. And that's why I wanted to give you the 3 options of how to kind of like layer things, the 3 options that give you SPF to use. So if you are going to be using, a tinted moisturizer, you need to have enough of it on to cover your entire face. You need to be able to see the product on your face before you blend it in to a flawless application. Now, I'm gonna do a little demonstration for you. I'm gonna use a tinted moisturizer, okay? And imagine this is your SPF product. So how much would be enough for me in order to see it on my face? So I'll start out with the 1/4 teaspoon that everybody out there kind of seems to say. I'm gonna fill it up. Okay, and this is about 1/4 of a teaspoon, all right? So imagine this is your only SPF product. I want you to look and see how much 1/4 of a teaspoon is on my face. Do you see this top part here? That's a lot of product, all right? Look at this. Look at this. This is a lot of product. But if this was your SPF product, this is what it needs to look like. This is 1/4 teaspoon. And, I think like I have a, slimmer face. So I think this would be a good amount for me. And I would just have to blend it in. But look how thick that is. So the reason I always tell people, please don't just get a foundation that has SPF, is that most women I know do not want to apply this much foundation on their skin. Now I'm going to try and blend it in and show you that even as I'm spreading it, this is a lot of product. So if you had a moisturizer, perhaps this would feel a little bit better because you could just blend it in and your skin would absorb it, as, opposed to the foundation that actually is just going to maybe sit on there. It depends on the type of product that you're using. If this is your only SPF product and it's a tinted moisturizer or a tinted foundation, I bet you're not putting enough on. Okay, so now that I've removed that foundation from my skin, I'm going to show you what 1/4 teaspoon is like on an SPF cream. Okay, so just a moisturizing cream. And for this part of the demo, I'm going to use the Cocoon Sun Reflector. So if this is your SPF cream, you would put it on after cleansing, toning, after your serums. It needs to be the last step to your beauty routine. And again, this is a lot of product for just the face, all right? But I want to give it a chance and I want to blend it in, and I'm probably going to look completely white when I'm done. But imagine, most websites say 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. And you need to blend it in, and let's see how this works. Okay, so here I am. So you saw how much that was. That was a lot of, it seemed like a lot of sunscreen, but that was the lowest amount that I found on websites such as skincasser.org and a few other websites that I looked into. So that was 1/4 teaspoon, the least amount that I found. It ranged from 1/4 teaspoon up to 1/2 teaspoon. And how does it feel on the skin? It actually feels great. I mean, I do feel, I can tell there's SPF on my skin, but imagine if you're going out on a hot day, you want to be protected. And this product has to be the last product that goes onto your skin. I cannot stress this enough. You cannot go in after this and do your foundation. All right. So actually the coverage is pretty nice. It did blend in and absorb. And I don't have too much of a white film. I don't have any white film, do I? I mean, in the eyebrows, it looks good. I didn't go too close to my eyes. If you get a product, you need to test it out and then make sure that you are applying enough. So another, gauge for yourself would be to just apply enough so you can see it and then blend it in. As I mentioned before, we all come different shapes and sizes, and what's enough for you might not be enough SPF for another person. So your beauty routine in the morning can look like this. You could wash your face. I mean, I never do. You can also mist and use a little cotton pad to just give yourself a little freshening up. After that, you would put on a serum if that is an option for you. And after that, you would just put on your moisturizer with SPF. You don't need to do a separate moisturizer. Your moisturizer with SPF or your facial sunscreen should be enough to cover your skin's needs. If you do find that you need a little bit more, then the previous step, which was your serum, should become an oil serum just to give you something fattier and a little bit more moisture to your skin. But remember, your SPF needs to be always the last step. If you do want to wear makeup, after applying the SPF cream, you could go in with a tinted moisturizer product. Make sure it has SPF, otherwise it's going to dilute what we just did. And if you're not into the tinted moisturizer, you can also just go in and give this a quick powder with a mineral powder. Don't forget that at some point during the day, if you are outside, you're going to need to reapply. So I always say that if you are going to be spending a lot of time in the sun, please skip the makeup. You can have a little bit of a coverage with the powder, but you are going to be reapplying sunscreen at some point. So the layering like that might not actually look as great after a while, after you've layered foundation, sunscreen, and then more sunscreen on top. I hope you enjoyed these Tuesday tips on how to wear SPF with makeup. If you liked what you see, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you here next week with another video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.